friends, welcome to Agriwatch channel. I'm Uma. In this video we are going to see a fantastic on the go granny square joining. Okay, many of you feel it like when you do a big blanket or bedspread, you will do like n number of granny squares, and it will be a tedious job to join all these squares, right? So we were all in a tremendous need for a method which we can join the granny squares on the go. Like when we are making the granny square itself, if there is a way to join the granny squares as soon as we are making the squares, it will be a fantastic help for everyone. So this is the method where you can join the granny square when you actually making the granny square. Okay, so this is a clean superb method. You can't even see where we have joined it. Okay, so this will be a fantastic method to join the granny square. Before actually seeing the method, I just wanted you to know why then how. Okay, see here, you can see these two squares are smaller than this square, right? So I am going to join this square to this square. Why I am doing that? Because see here, when you try to join the same two squares, all the chain spaces will be exactly in place. See here, see, if you join the two same size square, all the chain spaces fall in the same place. So this will not be work in a normal granny square, right? See, when you do a granny square, only in the chain space is the chain spaces in the alternative space, right? See, if you have a chain one, you will have a cluster next. You will then you will have a chain, then you have a cluster. So this is how it will work. So that is why we don't join two same size squares, we will join one size bigger square. Okay, so when you try to join here, both the, see here, the chain one is opposite to the cluster, so that when you do the cluster here, it will be matching with the chain one. I'll tell you, don't panic, don't get confused. I just wanted you to know we should not join this method while on the go method. We cannot join both same size squares. We will be joining one size bigger square. So for that it will be an advantage. It will be an advantage for us, because you don't need to complete the square. You will be stopping before the last row and you can just join. So in that matter, you will do the last round, at the same time you will join the square. So it's two in one job. So let's get this started and see how to join this, right? Whenever we have to join by this method, we should not do the last round, right? So except for one square, I have done only one square with the last round, right? So that it will be easy for me to join the another square with this. At the same time, I will do the last round. Okay, I want every square of same size, but at the same time I have to join. Okay, so this is a two-in-one method where you will be joining, at the same time you will make the last round. See here, we will be starting with the center corner as normal. Chain 3, do 2 more double crochets, right? Now what we have to do, we will be chaining one and do the cluster here. This is where we will be actually joining with the previous square. Okay, instead of chaining one, we will use the chain one space of the first square, right? So instead of chain one, what we will do, we will slip stitch into the chain one space of the previous square. By this way, we are not actually chaining one, we are just reusing the chain one of the first square as a chain one for this also. See, like this we are slip stitching into the, I'll show you again. I am not, let me zoom in. Okay, I am not chain 1 because the chain 1 is the place where we will be joining to the previous square. Okay, so instead of chaining 1, what I will do is, see here, this is the corner. I have done only 3 cluster because I will be joining after I complete the square. I will be ending this joining with the other 3 cluster and chain 2 to make this as a corner. Okay, now what I will do is, instead of chaining 1 and start the cluster here, I will do, see here, I will slip stitch into the chain 1 space of the first square instead of chaining 1. So now what I will do, I will straight away do the 3 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. We have made our first join here. You can see we join these two, right? Now again, instead of chaining 1, here is the chain 1, right? So I will use the chain 1 and slip stitch and do the next 3 double crochets in the next chain space. So this is the way we are actually doing the last round of the granny square. At the same time we are joining with the previous square. See here, instead of chaining 1, I will do the slip knot and do the 3 double crochet. So this is why we should not do the last round of the granny square. This is why we cannot join the two same size square. You see here, if we have the two same size square, it will not give us a space where to slip stitch, and it won't give us the space to do the cluster in the right space. See here, now since we have done one since we have one completely done square and one yet to be done square, now it will be easy for us to place the chain 1 exactly where it has to be. And see here, the chain 1 will come in the chain 1 space and the cluster will come equal to the cluster. Now what I am saying, referring to as cluster, is nothing but a 3 double crochets, so don't get confused. See, again, instead of chaining 1, what I will do, I will use the chain 1 space which I already have. Now do the 3 double crochets in the next chain 1. You just have to understand that the last round and the joining are done in the same time, so we don't have to actually use two equal size squares. Okay, you just stop the square with the one round left, and that last round will be done while joining. See here, I have done one side of the corner, then I will be slip stitching into the also. Now if I want to join see here, I have joined only one square, both are in same part. This is just like the square. We can't even say which is the starting and which is the ending of the joining, right? It is actually like the squares are continuously placed. You can see here, right? It is not like any other methods we have seen in the different video, like single crochet or slip stitch, nothing like that. It's just on the go. So when you start a new granny square, what you will do, you will just start it with the slip knot. Again, what I am saying, you can't joining a next square with this because I have not done the one more row, so we can't joining the same size square. So what we have to do is, we have to join the completed square only on the other side. So this square can be joined only with this, not with this. You understand, right? Why I am saying it again and again, because you have to understand the bigger square only will give us the chain space and the space with the 3 double crochet to fall in the same exact place. Okay, so if I try to join this, I won't succeed. So that's why I will be joining only with the bigger square. So how we will be joining with the next square is, it's really not that hard. We have just done the slip stitch here, right? So what we have to do, we will be just placing this and start our, it's again the same, like we have done the slip stitch here, and we will be starting our chain 3 like the same. Okay, so that is how you will be joining the squares. Before you do the slip knot, sorry, before you do the slip stitch here, you will be doing the, sorry, after you have done the slip stitch in the corner, you will be doing a chain 3 double crochet, and instead of the chain 1, what we will be doing, we will slip stitch into the next stitch and do the 3 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Okay, so this is how it will be done. I just again I am saying, I just wanted you to know no two equal squares can be joined by this method, so that you have to stop the square one round before, since the last round and the joining are done, should be done at the same time. See here, I am just doing the same normal granny pattern, that is 3 double crochet chain 1, but instead of the chain 1, I will use the already existing chain 1 here, existing chain 1 here. I will do the slip knot and I will continue my 3 double crochet. You see what I am doing now? So if you have a fully completed square, you will have 4 sides. That means you can attach 4 squares around the square, right? See, I have 1 chain space left, and I will do the last corner and do the slip stitch into the chain 2 space of the corner of the previous square, right? See here, I will join it here. See, it's actually a continuous one. I'm not doing the last round again, and I'm not doing the joining separately. It's on the go. So it will be a great method to join the granny square, which actually we can't see the joining, right? So if you like this video, please share it with your friends. Suggest your suggestions in the comment box. Subscribe to the channel and never miss any video. Feel free to check out my Etsy shop, and if you like my Etsy shop, please click on the favorite shop. Thank you. Bye bye.